homesteaders, gardeners, and cooks. My name is Jennifer. Welcome to Miles Away Farm, or welcome back. It's been a minute. I have a whole bunch of videos that I filmed over the course of the summer and fall that I just hadn't had time to edit. And so I'm going to put those up, and I'm not going to have a lot of introduction to them. I'm going to use this introduction for all of them. And the one thing about my channel is that it's what's called evergreen, which means that this information comes around year after year. And if it's not in season for you now, it will be in season for you later. And most of these recipes could be made with frozen fruit that you may have in your freezer from this summer, or from produce that you got a great deal on at the grocery store. So hopefully some of these will be relevant to you as you're going through the winter and looking for fun canning projects, as things like bell peppers go on sale and maybe you want to make some marinated bell peppers, or mushrooms are a good deal and maybe you want to make some marinated mushrooms, or you've got a bunch of frozen peach product in your freezer and you want to play around with some of those peaches and get them out of the way. So let's get started. Lots of different projects from this summer and fall.
So this is a chili roaster, and I bought this during COVID as part of the stimulus package money because I've always wanted one and I use it for frozen chilies that I sell. But this was a great opportunity to roast some of these sweet peppers. These peppers are a bullhorn style sweet pepper rather than a bell style pepper. I really like these because they tend to not get sunburned the way a bell pepper does, because they don't have the big broad shoulders that get burned in the sunshine. We did find out as we were using this that the flame was not as high as it normally is, and it turned out that a spider had made a spider nest in one of those tubes, and once we got it cleaned out, it worked much better. But we got a pretty good roast on these. You can do this in your oven with a broiler, or you can do it on your grill. You certainly don't need to have a chili roaster in order to roast your peppers. You can make this recipe with sweet peppers. You can also make this recipe with hot peppers. Once you've roasted your peppers, you generally cover with tin foil while they're still hot and let them steam and cool for a little while, and that helps the skins come off. I wasn't real fussy about getting every bit of skin off of these. I figured they just got subjected to a whole bunch of direct heat, and if I was worried about bacterial contamination, which is often something that is cited for one of the reasons that you peel fruits and vegetables before you can them, I figure I just literally obliterated whatever was on there with that super high heat. And so I wasn't going to fiddle with trying to peel these individually and get every single piece of skin off of them. But I am splitting them in half, and I'm taking out the seeds and sometimes giving them a quick rinse if they've needed it. You get better flavor if you don't rinse them, but sometimes you've got seeds everywhere and you just kind of got to give them a bath. And then I cut these basically in half. So you want them to essentially fit the size of your jar. This recipe originally called for 4 pounds of roasted peppers, and it said it made 9 half pints, so 9 8-ounce containers. I ended up canning 6 8-ounce containers and 2 pints, which are double that, so a total of 10 cups, and that is what I got. So I had enough marinade to do all of that. Canning recipes in general are notorious for not being super accurate when it comes to this kind of stuff. So here's my small 8-ounce containers, nice wide mouth on these, which made it easier. I'm putting 1/4 of a clove of garlic in each one of those, and then 1/4 of a teaspoon, I think, of salt into each one of those jars. And then this is my marinade. And so it's lemon juice, white wine vinegar, and as long as your vinegar is 5%, you could use whatever vinegar you liked. I thought white wine would make a good vinegar, and I happen to have a lot of it on hand, so no big deal there. There's some onion in there, a little bit of oregano if you want it. I think I left that out. The full recipe is in the description below, guys. And so just dividing these up, layering them into the jars, And this is the first time I've ever made this recipe. There's a couple of different marinated recipes on the National Center for Home Food Preservation site and also in the So Easy to Preserve book. Very unusual to see a recipe that actually uses oil in the recipe for canning. The issue with that isn't, well, one is that the oil will get on the rim of the jar and it makes it difficult to get the jar to seal. The other is that oil eventually will go rancid sitting on your shelf, even if it's sealed, just like oil sitting in an unopened container will eventually go rancid if it's been sitting there long enough. So I'm going to want to use these up within a year or so. I used olive oil in these for the flavor. And what I'm trying to do here in terms of that marinade, once it's nice and boiling hot, I'm trying to keep it very well mixed, because what I want to make sure that I do is get a good blend of oil and vinegar. This is about 2 parts vinegar, 1 part oil. What I don't want to end up with is a jar that is mostly vinegar or a jar that is mostly oil. So I'm trying really hard to keep everything stirred. It's not going to stay emulsified very well. And then when I'm in there with the ladle, I'm pulling directly from the bottom up so that I'm getting a good blend of what's in there. Definitely need to debubble these and try to get that marinade down into this jar so that it's not giving me great big air pockets. And then the headspace on this is a 1/2 inch. And so I actually overfilled these slightly and ended up going back through and redistributing some of the peppers into a pint jar instead of these 1/2 pint jars. What do you do with these? That's another question that's going to come up. If you've ever bought jars of marinated peppers for occasional recipes, you may have some idea. This is really good on a sandwich. So it's just a nice, like layered onto a nice meaty sandwich, like a pastrami sandwich or something like that. The other thing I ended up doing with some of these, I had one jar that didn't completely seal, and you can see why that would be possible, because you're going to get a little bit of oil on that rim, and if you don't get it completely wiped off, it might not seal in the canner. But the other thing is I ended up blending some of this just in a small blender and adding some additional oil to it. And basically you have a nice Italian salad dressing, because you've got vinegar, you've got oil, you've got peppers, you've got onions, you've got garlic. That's actually a really great Italian dressing. And so it's very nice just as a salad dressing if you're making a nice Italian salad. And so we used some of it for that as well. This is about the time I decided, nope, these are just too full. I can't get all of that in there. And so I started another pint jar. You can see here I'm having issues with the level being too high for a 1/2 inch. And so I'm having to go back through and take some stuff back out. My fingers are very clean, guys. I know this freaks some people out when I actually use my fingers for this kind of stuff instead of using a fork or a pair of tongs. My hands are super clean. And the best tools you have are your hands. So I'm going to wipe the rims of these with a rag soaked in vinegar in order to cut through any oil that might have gotten on the rim of that jar. I don't show that, but it's a great way to ensure that you're getting also all of that fat off of there. I did have one jar that didn't seal, but everything else did seal. And then putting on my rings and my lids, and a little bit past finger tight. There's been some interesting stuff coming out with newer lids, some of the ball lids where people are just not getting things to seal. A little bit tighter than what you've maybe done in the past is not a bad idea. And then everything is, these are water bath canned, and so everything is going into the canner. 15 minutes for the processing time. It was the same processing time for 1/2 pints and pints. And I have one extra jar with a double stack there. I'm using a ring underneath it to hold it above the other jars. So 15 minutes of canning, and that's all there is to it, guys. So here is the finished product. Lovely. If they're cold, you can really see that olive oil. When they're at room temperature, not so much, but about 1/4 of the jar should be the oil, and the other 3/4 of the jar should be the lemon juice and vinegar. But I'm looking forward to having these on my pantry shelf and enjoying them with charcuterie trays and on sandwiches and as a salad dressing. You can't make these with frozen peppers that you might have in your freezer, but keep an eye out for grocery store sales. Peppers often go on sale this time of year for pretty good prices, or save this recipe for abundance of peppers from your garden next summer. Thanks for watching, Tribe. If you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment or share. I have new content coming out whenever I have time.